Good evening, all. I was gone over the weekend at an anime convention called Youmacon, and it was fun. Had a great time. Did 8 anime panels. It was super cool. Got my hair done because who knows what's going to happen in the future. Realistically, might lose my job. So, trying to figure out getting my hair done. Maybe I can get a new job and see what happens. It's been submitting a lot on Indeed recently, but we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the culture shift that's happening in America. And I want to talk about this in vivid detail because I wasn't going to talk about this at first. But I found a way to segue this because a lot of people were doing blackface for Halloween. Been watching this, been seeing this. Now, one of these 4 people are biracial. It's the most racist one. It would be this one. If we were to rank these in terms of racism, we would do the chicken and the minstrel show right here. This is obviously a caricature of the moon cricket stereotype that was going on back in the day with minstrel shows and things of that variety with regular blackface, big lips, all that variety. And then we have a little bit more high effort. This isn't really true blackface to me, but you can see the bonnet in the background. This is obviously supposed to be making fun of EBT or something of that variety. That's how it works. And this is also supposed to be making fun of EBT. So we got 2 people right here going back to back, buck to buck, yin and yanging right here. Now the low effort ones are this one right here. This is very low effort. She didn't even try that much. She really didn't care to try that much. Just kind of putting blackness on her face. She didn't really care to put that much effort into it. I thought she may have permed her hair. Very low effort. I say you could do a lot better if you're really looking to be offensive and things of that variety. You could have done significantly more. I do appreciate the grip that libtards had over culture has totally collapsed, and it's so funny watching them seethe about it 24/7. This is interesting. Now, you don't believe about Brinty Vinny being biracial. Brinty Vinny just keeps doing ridiculous stuff. She's biracial. I don't really care. If she's biracial, she can do whatever she wants to. Is what I would say if I was stupid. This is obviously still meant to invoke racist caricatures. Same way she did this. Oh, wait, where is it at? Hold up a second. She did a round 2 thing. Hold up a second. I don't want to miss out on this. She also did Adolf. She did cosplay as Adolf. It was another one she did. She did round 2, cosplay as Adolf. I don't want to keep going through this because she keeps reposting anybody being offended by her because it gets her a crazy amount of money. I want to point this out. Me scrolling through all those, that was in the course of basically 3 days. She did this one right here. So there's that. So I want to get on why this is becoming more prevalent and why we keep seeing this and why this is different. This is different than before. It's eerie. It's an undercurrent of the cultural shift. It's a regression masquerading as boldness, a reclamation of offensive humor. Oh, this is offensive. It's not clever or ironic or new. More people, especially young ones raised online, are putting on blackface. It's fun for a lot of people. They say, oh, we could do this. Remember white chicks? Remember this? Remember that? Remember Drewski when he did it? And to their credit, they feel like it's fair. They feel as though it is equal now. This is what they think equality means. That's what they want. And I would like to, I don't agree with it, and I don't even like it. I don't even love it. I don't even consider it nice. I think in most capacities, I understand them. And just because I understand somebody doesn't mean I agree with them. Realistically, I don't really care. I understand algebra, still don't agree with that. That's just how I operate as a human being. Really sucks. It's goofy. It's real stinky. It's not edgy. It's not new. But it is increasing. And it's not just because people are more willing to be racist. No, not at all. It's not even close to the truth. It's because they're probably getting paid crazy money. We live in this age, this era of algorithmic provocation, where shock value equals visibility. And visibility, well, that equals capital, and that's money in your pocket. The culture has mutated. Once, it might have been enough to wear a costume that made people laugh. Now, you have to wear something that makes people angry to get that same reaction. The goal isn't even creativity, because when you look at these things, they're not really creative. They're not truly creative. You could have done something funnier. Hell, you know what? I saw one that was funny. I saw a racist caricature that was funny. It was a guy saying, I promise, guys, I'm not going to be racist this year. I know I had a few years of controversy, and I just want to say that if I do anything bad, and then I heard the fire alarm beep, and he said, whoops. And that was a little funny, because it's a common stereotype that black people do not change the batteries in their fire alarm. That was a little funny. I'll tell you that much. There was also a meme I saw a while back where it was a white guy, I believe his name is Al Jokes, where he took some melanin instead of some melatonin, and he went to bed, and then he heard his fire alarm beep as well. Fire alarm beep gets me 10 times out of 10, not gonna lie to you. It is hilarious, but it's just for engagement is what I'm discovering. And when blackface has become a tool for content farming, we are witnessing a modern minstrel show. It's gamified the entire experience of outrage. That's all it's done. That should horrify everybody. Because instead of examining the engines that reward this behavior, we just shout at the individual players and pretend the system didn't spawn them. I do not care about these people. I don't care about Brinty Venti. I don't know who this person is, so I'm not even going to mention her name because I don't care, because I have no respect for that. We've seen this shift before, and I know it seems crazy to say that, but culture always shifts. That's how it always happens. I'll explain when. Remember when the fashion industry told us that thin, angular bodies were ideal, and then it pivoted overnight to commodify curves without acknowledging the black and brown bodies that had them first? Small butts were once the height of sophistication, and then suddenly, everybody wanted a Kardashian silhouette. It was cultural theft in real time. Sir Mix-a-Lot had that song saying, "I like big butts and I cannot lie." You remember that day? I remember that. That was a great moment. That was a great moment. That's what happens. And when the appropriation becomes a trend, the next evolution is often mockery. That's the sickness. Not just from someone, not just taking it from someone, more so, I apologize. It's just ridiculing them in the same breath. The same thing happened with AAVE, rap culture, even do-rags and braids. First, they were mocked. Then they were desired. That's how it always happens. Then they were sold back to us by white influencers with discount codes. And now, in this world, in this environment that monetizes cultural capital, but still doesn't distribute real equity, some people find it hilarious to go full parody. Paint their skin, imitate dialects, call it satire. We've moved past appreciation, past appropriation, and straight into what I call an algorithmic caricature. It's a culture where mocking is more viral than mimicking. It doesn't even matter anymore. So you may be asking yourself, what do we do? Getting mad hasn't worked. Canceling doesn't work either. The whole system is built to benefit from outrage. When someone puts on blackface and you call them out, the engagement they get from both critics and defenders turns into clout. Followers, infamy, monetization, and that's not justice. That's marketing, baby. That's how it works. They're not losing anything. They're gaining you. They're gaining leverage of entire communities for impressions, and the platforms reward them because controversy keeps people scrolling. Ignoring them also doesn't solve it, though. That's the trap. You can't always ignore poison in your water supply and expect to stay healthy. So what do? How do we stop the cycle without feeding into it or pretending it doesn't exist? I get it. I understand. You may be thinking to yourself, what solution do we have? Maybe it's time we stop reacting publicly and start reacting strategically. If the platform is the reward, I say, this is going to sound crazy, let's remove the platform. And I'm not talking about canceling the platform. I say through displacement. I say building and supporting counter platforms that thrive on elevation and not humiliation. Now I know what you're thinking. We got Blue Sky and things of that variety, and Twitter's too fun. And I know that solution may not seem fun for you. And you may say ignoring them may be the thing. So I offer another solution on top of the solution I just did. So, picture this for a moment. Let's encourage it. I know it sounds crazy to say that. Sounds nuts. Sounds psychotic. But I have no other way it works. And I keep seeing people say the same thing over and over again. So imagine this. Every time a Blackface clip goes viral, a competing clip goes and says, this is actually pretty cool. I'm happy they want to be us so bad. This shows they really crave being black people. And then they say, no, we're making fun of you. No, you guys want to be me so bad. I like it. This is good. I say do it again. As a matter of fact, everybody do blackface. Let's get you all doing blackface and have everybody be black. That'd be great. Register as a black voter. As a matter of fact, submit a black job application. Just have fun. Be out there. I will say this. Interacting with rage bait is in no way, shape, or form activism. If you interact with rage bait, you just get people more money. That's all it does. We need to remind people again and again that blackface has never been harmless. It has a grotesque history of dehumanization. It's not just dark makeup or imitating a favorite character. It is the legacy of theater, where white actors use burnt cork to mock enslaved people, to make their pain comedic, to turn their survival into ridicule. Every single time someone does it now, they're tapping into that history, whether they know it or not. And I'm not going to police you and tell you not to do it. As a matter of fact, go ahead and do it. Go crazy. I say, go crazy. Go nuts. Let you have all your fun. It's the same way as if you make something available and accessible to everybody, they're gonna get bored. They're gonna realize it's not gonna piss you off. And when they're not pissing you off, they're gonna give up. That's usually what happens. But sadly, people will always be pissed. That's all I got for this realistically, because it's going to keep happening. And as I was seeing this on my Twitter feed, I knew I was gonna see 100 different think pieces saying this is deplorable, we should cancel them. And that's all I saw. It's not gonna happen. We are reteaching a people that attention is more valuable than respect. That being famous for the wrong thing is still better than being invisible. And that's a moral decay we all have to confront. Not just in races, but in the systems we've built to reward them. You don't win by yelling louder than them. You win by changing what we reward, and what we amplify, and what we hold sacred. I'm not just mad about Blackface. I'm mad that we built a digital culture where mocking pain is marketable. Racism is a fun TikTok trend. And where communities have to relive trauma just so someone else can farm engagement. This is stupid. We need smarter people. People much smarter than me. This is dumb. And I hate it. Bye.
I'm your nigga night, be my loyalties low. Ooh, happy to try what you need. Your world, I love to live in it. Ooh, I love the ride.